This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
A surprise for the chief will take you to a special day at Hazleton City Hall next. Good evening and thank you for joining us at SSPTV News. I'm Ken Cara and you're watching us in HD on Silver Selector Cablevision Channel 513 and in SD on Channel 13, and subscribe to the SSPTV YouTube channel to watch your favorite SSPTV News segments. Now to our headlines from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. For the first time in the history of the Hazleton Police Department, a woman has been promoted to detective. Patrol Officer Brett Green was one of 5 officers promoted before a crowd of family and friends during an official ceremony yesterday at City Hall. Also promoted, Detective Sergeant Brian Shoemaker, Lieutenant Anthony White, Lieutenant Kirk Wetzel, and Detective Lieutenant William Gallagher. 5 new officers were officially sworn in. They are Officers Jonathan Leonard, Milagros Holgan, Eric Hernandez, Ryan Marino, and Christopher Zubris. Ryan Mariano, excuse me. We talked with Detective Green, Mayor Jeff Cassat, and Police Chief Jerry Speziale.
I've always wanted to be a detective. When I was a kid, I used to joke around with my mother that I wanted to be a detective. So this is a long-running thing since I was a little kid. Obviously, it's a lot of work. There's more investigations involved. There's more in-depth investigations involved. So I'm grateful for the promotion. I'm grateful for the opportunity and excited at the same time.
And you're the first ever female detective in the city of Hazleton history. What's that mean to you?
That's pretty important. It's pretty special. So I work with a lot of other women now, so we have 3 of us on the force. Every one of us has individual skills, so it's exciting.
I think it's great for Brett, and you know, it's not about gender. It's about the right person for the right job. And Brett is somebody that's extremely compassionate, empathetic, extremely smart. She's very diligent in her abilities to, get things done. She's a great investigator.
Today was a promotion / hiring ceremony. Some of these officers were promoted months ago, but we like to have a public ceremony, to be able to share the event with friends and family.
It kind of infuses new energy into the police department. They're working at an optimum speed as it is. Crime is going in the right direction, but this is a good thing for the residents of Hazleton because we move forward and we're able to, build the police department out so that we're able to do our jobs better and have people experienced for the future.
In a surprise move, Mayor Jeff Cassat administered the oath of office to Chief Speziale. The chief has been at the helm since late 2015, but was never sworn in before the public. The Hazleton Police Department now stands at 43 officers. The police department and code enforcement are 2 priorities for McAdoo's mayor. Lisa Sugart sat down with Mayor Dane Watrow for the latest.
McAdoo Mayor Dane Watrow is joining us again here in our studios today. Giving us an update on the fight against blight in the borough. And Mayor, thanks so much for being here. I know once you took over your new term, that was one of the things you said you really wanted to crack down on. That was an important item on your agenda.
Lisa, yes it is. But first of all, thank you and SSPTV for having me here once again. Blight is it's a problem in McAdoo, but in our surrounding communities as well. And I have to thank council. They're working with me. We're identifying this problem. They just recently appointed a new code officer. So right now we have a team of 2 people. And eventually, hopefully with the budget, we have some budget constraints like every other community. But I definitely do see us moving forward in that direction with council identifying it as well.
This seems to be a major problem, like you said, for all communities because you're fearful that it leads to other crime.
That's right. Blight, when you say the word blight, we think of the face of it. We look at building, okay, buildings, not in too good of a shape, grass is a little high, but I'm looking beyond that. And beyond that blight, there could be drugs there. There could be, just criminal activity going on in there. And that's what we've been seeing in McAdoo. So that's why I'm so aggressive. Not so much for the beautification, which that is primary as well, but for the crime that's behind that blight.
So you are identifying the properties that would be impacted, causing blight in your community. And what are you doing then? You're trying to make sure that they follow the rules and keep things up to code.
That's exactly right. Within my power is the police department. And with the chief and all the officers really took an interest in what my mission is. It's not to combat the blight. I want to conquer it. That's my main focus right now, is conquering the blight. And that police chief we have of ours right now, it really took a special interest in this. And we have certain officers assigned that we're combating it. We're combating it really good.
And you added another part-time officer to help out as well.
That's right, Officer James Patterson. He worked for the borough some time ago. However, he was recently deployed and returned safe, thank God, and thank God for his service. He was in Bahrain and in the Middle East, and he came back, and he's ready to serve and protect us right there in the borough.
Oh, that's great. We're glad to have him back safe and sound and keeping the community safe. So the police will be out and about, the warm weather coming. You have a message to the people, keep their grass maintained.
Yes, please keep your grass at a good height and at a reasonable height, and try to clean up your property, sweep your sides if you can, and just maintain beautification within the borough. And there's a lot of residents right now doing an outstanding job, and on my end and the police department, we're going to go ahead and work forward and move forward and combat that blight.
You were telling me, too, you want to encourage residents to call the police if they see a problem. If they see something, say something, which all communities are asking residents to do.
Absolutely, Lisa. There's nothing wrong with giving us a heads up, giving that police department a heads up and say, hey, this is what I see going on, this is what I see happening. Give that courtesy phone call. You could call 911. This is a non-emergency phone call, and then go ahead and state what your issue is, or feel free to just call the police department phone. It's 929-2590.
So a lot of great things happening in the borough of McAdoo. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I just really, finally in closing, appreciate all the support I've been getting from the people and the work with the council moving forward. It's a good feeling to have everybody working together.
Conquering blight in the borough of McAdoo, as so many communities are trying to do as well. If you can help out and you have a tip, please do not hesitate to call.
Thanks, Lisa. And tonight, an important travel advisory from PennDOT. From Wednesday at 8 p.m. until Monday at 6 a.m., the Central Scranton Expressway will be closed in both directions between Interstate 81 and Route 11 Pittston Avenue in Scranton. Crews will begin removal of the old Harrison Avenue Bridge directly over the expressway. The new Harrison Avenue Bridge will remain open during this time. The detour for vehicles will be River Street for northbound or Music Street southbound. Trucks will utilize Davis Street. The man who has served as the spiritual leader to thousands of Ukrainian Byzantine Catholics has resigned. Yesterday, the Vatican Information Service announced that the Holy Father has accepted the resignation for medical reasons of the Most Reverend Stefan Soroka, the Archbishop of Philadelphia for Ukrainians and Metropolitan for the Ukrainian Catholic Church in the United States. The Archbishop was appointed by Pope John Paul II back in 2000. Pope Francis has appointed Most Reverend Andrew Raby as the interim Archbishop until a permanent one is named. Well, are you looking for that perfect gift for Mother's Day? Enter to win a $350 or $100 gift certificate in the Laurel Mall's Mother's Day giveaway. To enter, drop off your mall sales receipts with a minimum purchase of $20 in a drop-off at Center Court. Include your name, address, phone number, and email. For an additional chance to win a $50 gift certificate, go to standardspeaker.com for details. Check out the Laurel Mall on Facebook or the ad in the Standard Speaker. The entry deadline is May 8th. And just a reminder that the Heritage Hill Health Fair, featuring free health screenings and information, is tomorrow from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. in the Boscov's wing of the Laurel Mall. Well, wild trout is today's topic. Kent Jackson will tackle in his outdoor exploring segment. And get ready for the counterpunch. Our John Eric Polai talks with a boxer with big dreams who's fighting for a Golden Gloves Regional Championship this weekend. This is SSP TV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
If your zeal for trout fishing ebbs after opening day, you might want to go wild. Wild trout abound in Pennsylvania. In the past 4 years, the Fish and Boat Commission designated 1,092 new wild trout streams. Of those, 279 now are Class A streams, the highest ranking, awarded to streams with approximately 40 pounds of trout per acre of water. And the Commission is scheduled to add 99 more streams to the list this month. When fishing for wild trout, you're not shackled to the calendar. When I talked with Don Baylor, he's an aquatic biologist from Monroe County who shares the name of a late baseball star, he wasn't even worried if he missed opening day. When not teaching people how to tie flies or advising local governments on how to maintain their creeks or painting stream scenes, he fishes for trout frequently in remote areas. State law allows Baylor and anyone else angling for wild trout to fish year-round, provided that they release any trout that they catch out of season. While casting for a wild trout, you're not likely to stand shoulder to shoulder with other anglers like you might have to do on opening day. Some of the streams are in out-of-the-way places, others are in more developed areas than you'd expect. Either way, to find them, it can require some exploring. Trout Unlimited, which has helped the Commission survey streams, also has plotted the location of the newest streams on a map. In our area, the new streams include, in Carbon County, the Silk Mill Run from an outlet pond almost 2 miles to the Lehigh River, and a Wild Creek from its headwaters to the Penn Forest Reservoir, as well as Mock Chunk Creek for nearly 9/10 of a mile to the Lentz Trail Bridge. The Commission and Trout Unlimited have been pushing to survey more of the state's 86,000 miles of rivers and streams and creeks to understand their condition. Once completed, the survey provides a baseline so researchers will know if pollutants entered the water or if a cleanup effort worked. Now, streams face threats from obtaining energy through another method, fracking. Climate change also poses a danger to trout, which need water that is 68 degrees or colder. They can suffer if carbon levels make the temperatures rise, or if pests like the woody adelgid kill hemlocks, removing shade from the stream banks. So enjoy wild trout where you find them, and don't take them for granted.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Another cloudy day in downtown Hazleton. Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, 30% chance of rain and snow showers. It will be cloudy and we'll have a low of 29 degrees. New snow accumulation of less than a ½ inch possible. Wednesday, we do have another chance of snow showers before 9 a.m. 20% chance of precipitation. Mostly sunny, though. High of 50 degrees. Rain likely at night, mainly after 2 a.m. Low of 38 degrees. Thursday, 60% chance of rain, mostly cloudy with a high near 49. Thursday night, 60% chance of rain showers, then a slight chance of snow showers, mostly cloudy, low of 32. Friday is partly sunny with a high in the mid-40s. At night, partly cloudy, low of 31 degrees. Saturday, mostly sunny, we'll get up near 50. Saturday night, partly cloudy, low of 33 degrees. After 2 weeks of remodeling, Frankie's Pizzeria and Restaurant in Hazleton is back with a great new look. However, the one thing that hasn't changed is the great food. I stopped by before the renovations to talk about this fabulous favorite. Back in beautiful downtown Hazleton, going to try another dish at Frankie's Pizzeria and Restaurant here on Wyoming Street today. It's holy cannoli French toast. Lauren, here with Lauren Sackle. Let me introduce you first. One of the owners here at Frankie's, if you're not familiar. I'm just very excited. Did you ever see the videos on YouTube when the parents tell their kids they're going to Disney and they run around the house and freak out? Yeah. When we came to talk about what segments we were doing and Lauren said cannoli French toast, I really wanted to run around your restaurant, but I wanted to be a professional 33-year-old. But what an amazing creation. And before I dive in, we want to stress, you guys have breakfast every day and pretty much all day, right?
Mm-hmm. We have a whole breakfast menu. You can do something as simple as bacon and eggs. You can do holy cannoli French toast. We do a breakfast wrap. We do a pepper and egg stromboli. You name it, we can do it for you.
Where did this come from? I mean, was this just like, hey, we should combine cannoli and French toast? I mean, was there an origin story to this? Can you make one up right now while I go to take a bite?
Funny story with this, with our Ocean City location that we had for the summer. a lot of our girls on there would say, how come you don't put cannolis in your pancakes or in your French toast? And I was like, well, we never really grew up with it. It never really crossed my mind. So we started serving it there, and it went over really well. And then when we redid our menu here and we beefed up the breakfast a little bit and we started opening up and concentrating on breakfast along with our lunch crowd, I kind of incorporated it right into here, and it's been a hit.
I'm taking a lot of the cannoli insides here so I don't waste time on television. So my mom wanted to open a bakery called Leave the Gun, Take the Cannoli. So it's been ingrained in me since I was a little. Mom always liked baking and cannoli. So before Penn State game, I mentioned how much I enjoy Frankie's cold pizza at Penn State games at tailgates. I told my mom, I said, why don't you pick up some cannoli from Frankie's? I think she spent $60 in cannoli. You could get a lot here for that. It was something ridiculous, and she shot, I'll tell you what, they went. So the filling is good. People do love it. I'm going to try this right now. Chocolate chips on top.
I personally don't think you need the syrup. I think it's sweet enough.
I didn't even think of the syrup. I didn't even see it there, to tell you the truth. That's amazing. I mean, I love chocolate chip pancakes. I need to learn how to talk and chew when we do these segments. And this is Alice World. What is the response to these? I mean, are they popular? Or?
Yes. We do the holy cannoli also. You're able to get it in pancakes as well.
I was also expecting, I talk about the heartiness of the food here a lot. I don't like my stromboli to dip. When I dug into this, I thought, oh, I'm just going to use the fork to kind of dip it. I couldn't do it. I needed a serrated knife too, not just a butter knife. So this is some good stuff here. You can also get cannoli. I mean, you like the filling and you go up there.
You can get cannoli itself. Yep, the dessert as well.
I didn't think you were going to talking me into meatball. No, not that you had to talk me into it. Meatballs for breakfast, but this is...
Jamboet. This might top the jamboet.
Yeah, I'm not even a sweets person.
Yep,
so.
Sweet, savory, a little salty, not too much, but it's good.
Absolutely perfect. And every day here at Frankie's, try their breakfast. Just run your way through the menu, but I do suggest starting right here. Cannoli French toast for breakfast with a cannoli for dessert from Frankie's. I love it. Here's your midday winning lottery numbers. Pick 2, 4, 5, pick 3, 7, 6, 4, pick 4, 2, 5, 7, 5, pick 5, 6, 2, 7, 9, 0. Wild number is 8. We have a story about a local boxer in sports next.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
Hey fight fans, and once again, welcome to The Counterpunch. We're going to start today's segment by flashing back to 2016 when Ken Kara ran a segment on Out of Left Field about two boxing brothers from Hazleton. One of those boxers was Adrian Diaz, who has now come a long way since the 2016 episode of Out of Left Field. Back in 2016, Adrian Diaz was a kid learning the ropes of boxing. In fact, when that story aired, Diaz was actually going through his second stint in the ring. The first came in the Dominican Republic at 6 years old.
When I was little, like age 6, my uncle put me in the ring for like a couple rounds. I did a couple rounds, I did good, but after that, I never boxed again. Then I came back a couple years ago.
Fast forward through the Dominican Republic years and the first few years in Hazleton, and now you have a young talent. Diaz claimed the Golden Gloves District Championship a few weeks ago, making this the third straight year that Diaz won the district title.
Every time I fight, like I get more experience, and they try to find better fighters for me, and it makes me like want to keep going and pushing myself to the next limit.
Competition isn't the only thing pushing Diaz to the next limit. Diaz's training schedule is also pushing the 17-year-old. Diaz runs in the morning, then goes to school, then trains some more, while also working a part-time job. Quite the busy schedule. Diaz says he gets through it all by finding strength in a higher power.
To be honest, I put that to the Lord. I just like wake up and pray. I be like, God, this is in your hands, and if you want to help me, you help me, but I'll put it in your hands.
Diaz's coach believes that the strong work ethic that Diaz has can propel him to one day be a world champion. What is it that's made him so successful so far?
His work ethic, his humbleness, and his willingness to learn and keep on learning and growing. You know, like I said, he's still a kid to me. You know, he could be a world champion one day, but I like taking a step at a time. If he could turn pro when he's 20, I'll be happier. Trust me.
Adrian Diaz is a talented young fighter, and his coach believes that one day he'll be representing his country in the Olympics.
As an amateur, I would like to see him represent his country in the Olympics, Dominican Republic. I think he could do it. I would love to see that. And let's see. I mean, we're gonna see, you know. But his amateur career, I'd like for him to have a lot of fights.
And as for Diaz himself, he has major plans for the future.
I see myself 2 times world champion, weight division, lightweight, yeah.
Before Diaz will attempt to make the Olympics or become a world champion, he still has some unfinished business to take care of during the 2018 Golden Gloves season. This Saturday, Diaz will compete at the regional championships as he'll try to qualify for his first ever state championship. Well, that's it for this segment of the Counterpunch. Take it easy, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Here's today's talk of the town. Eckley Miners Village will be having their Molly Maguire's fundraiser by showing the Molly Maguire's movie at the historic Monk Chunk Opera House in Jim Thorpe on Thursday, April 19th. Tickets are $50 for a pre-film reception and premium seating, or $20 just to see the film. For more information, you can call the number on your screen. And that's today's Talk of the Town. SSPTV News would like to send our sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Victoria E. Berta of Freeland. Mass is Friday at 9:30 a.m. at Immaculate Conception Parish at St. Anne's Church in Freeland. Friends may call Friday from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. at the church. The McHugh-Wilczek Funeral Home in Freeland is in charge of the arrangements. Joanne M. Corrigan of Freeland. Mass is Thursday at 11 a.m. at Most Precious Blood Church in Hazleton. Friends may call Wednesday from 6 to 9 p.m. at the McNulty Funeral Home in Freeland. Dorothy S. Dvorak of Johnson, Tennessee. Services in Pennsylvania will be held at a later date. Dominic L. Matant of Pardisville. The Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home in Hazleton will announce the arrangements. And Francis L. Tabino of Hazleton. Mass is Friday at 11 a.m. at Church of All Saints in McAdoo. Friends may call Friday from 10 to 11 a.m. at the church. The Damiano Funeral Home in McAdoo is assisting the family. Attention pay-per-view subscribers! If you see your name now on SSPTV News, you can call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Today's winner is Arthur McCara of Drums. Call now and leave a message at 570-455-7267 extension 104 for your free movie.
Tomorrow on SSPTV News, Dave Seaman, Standard Speaker Sports Editor, is here. We're going to talk some local sports, but we'll also talk about the NHL playoffs and the NBA playoffs, plus another Wild Bout Huntin' segment as they are in Season 3 of Wild Bout Huntin'. And remember, there's a new episode of that show every Monday right here on SSPTV. That's it for tonight. Everyone, check us out on YouTube and download the Samsung Productions app. I'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.